It's weekly breakdown.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! We're 98. Switching up the angle.
So now you get all this nice stuff to look at. In
Yeah.
case you get tired of looking at our ugly mugs.
I know. We're beautiful.
Yeah.
Some of these posters, I don't even care about the bands anymore. Like Upon a Burning Body.
I think.
Stray from the Path.
How many other posters do you have that you could potentially put up on your wall?
Maybe 10.
7.
I would say maybe you should do a poster rotation.
I should take some of those down.
I have
like a lot of the smaller flyers of
like those sick Behead the Betrayer flyers from the champ.
Yeah.
I have something
Or
for
the
you could use.
Belie My Burial one.
It's like a big between the buried and me flag. Like a flag from a flagpole if you want. Build a flagpole, hang it in the basement.
Yeah. blow a fan on it.
cut a hole in the ceiling so it can actually have a full size flagpole, and it's just
A big glory hole.
Yeah.
Stick your dick in the hole.
stick your flagpole through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever stick your penis through a hole in the ceiling?
Nope. Has never encountered a hole in the ceiling, and
Defied gravity.
Nope.
In order to stick a dick in the ceiling.
You got a stepladder.
you step ladder or get a rope and just kind of.
But you'd have to angle your body.
Just lie on top of
Just
plank
get on
top.
one of those scissor lifts. Get a scissor lift and just kind of just lie on your back the whole way.
And then just move it back and
Get
forth.
a couple of friends to
I get
tape
a
you to the
forklift.
roof. Or tape you to the ceiling.
Yeah, just get a bunch of
Duct
6 foot
tape.
dudes to just hold you up there and duct tape you up there.
You
And
get
it's like,
LeBron, Chris Bosh, Paul George.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm friends with all those guys.
Yeah, totally.
Not a whole lot going on this week. But when we talk about Bethesda, maybe a little bit of Switch. We'll see. Avenged Sevenfold. For
Avenged
sure.
Sevenfold. Talk about Walking Dead, maybe, possibly.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What have you guys been getting into?
I finally got moved to day shift, so I don't have to leave in the middle of these anymore. Yeah, you guys, well, at least Keith anyway, was more excited about it than I was.
What?
Because you're like, you can do things
you can
again.
well, yeah, you can do things instead
But,
of leaving.
Yeah. Other than that, I haven't really been up to too much. Played a decent amount of Festival of the Lost yesterday, but that was really the only day I...
Are you doing the same shit as last year?
No, there's actually more... There's a lot less structure, like you don't have to do certain things anymore. You can do certain quests, but you don't necessarily have to. In order to get like the shaders and the things like that and the stupid little shit. You basically just put a mask on and kill enemies in PvE or in the Crucible. That's how you fill up your candy bag and you trade it in.
Do they make you wear masks that have no benefit to you?
Yes.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that's the only downfall, I think. It's a interesting idea for these temporary things, but if you're going to make them temporary, at least give me a reason to wear it.
But it's okay. They have a kiosk now. You can keep your masks.
Yeah,
Like, all
you
year round.
can-
You can just pull them out whenever you want now. You can
You
So
can
you don't have to
demolish
keep them in your vault?
No.
No, you can.
If
demolish
you have them, then you just have it. I don't know how long the kiosk is up. Like, I don't know if that's just up for the event, but you have, like, if you have to, like, at the end of the event, just pull them out and put them in your vault. But yeah, like, I had like 3 or 4 in my vault from last year that I was like, okay, cool. These are cool masks. I kept them, and so now I have them.
You got a treasure of the lost if you.
Did everything.
Well, no, there's like an item trade line.
Well,
that you can do.
that's a gift. The Treasure of the Lost is like the big thing where you get like emotes and
Yeah.
and the exclusive stuff. So yeah, it's just the only thing I hate about that is that like the thing that everybody wants, which is that flaming wolf head mask, is like you can't get that like naturally. You have to get it from a Treasure of the Lost, which
Yeah.
you get one for doing all the quest lines. Or you pay for it. And that's the main reason a lot of people are playing the damn thing. And I'm like...
No, you have to get the Ascendant Raisins and you get one as well.
Ascendant Raisins.
Well, no, that's how you get the one shader.
Oh, that's true.
You get the
super black.
super
shader.
black shader, which is just... Yep, it's exactly
It's
how it's
black.
It's just black.
It's matte black. It's actually kind of sick with certain armors, but
Yeah, and that whole thing was weird. And you get a witch's broom. That's your new sparrow that you can ride around. It literally just looks like a broom.
yeah, it looks like a broomstick. It's kind of cool, but
it's only available for the event, which is stupid. Especially because like I guess sparrow racing is going to come back like a month after this is over. So
December, I think.
yeah, so maybe this will probably go for at least 2 weeks. This will probably go for at least 2 weeks, and so then about a month away from that's December. So well, probably like right before Christmas. If it goes by how last year went, was probably when SRL will come back. So
It still sounds kind of lame, but it sounds like it is a little bit more rewarding in a way than last year because of like the sparrow or
you get more consistently rewarded.
shooters. Yeah.
like it's
Are
just
the
a
quests
thing like
super grindy?
no.
That's what turned me on.
No,
like
not
the
particularly
like the
grindy
first thing you have to do is the first one's like get what is it? 10?
You just have to fill a bag.
Well, no.
Or you have
The first couple
Kill
ones is
30
like,
people in the Crucible wearing a mask, but each
Which
kill
is-
counts as 2.
which is weird.
I did it in like a match.
That's weird.
And then one of the other ones, and then you have to do 3 public events wearing a mask, and then find 10 engrams wearing a mask, and then do a stolen rune wearing a mask, and then probably the only one that's a little bit of a bitch is do a heroic strike wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Because that drops you down to 330.
Yeah.
I had 3 people in there trying to do the Shield Brothers strike, but it didn't go so well.
Yeah.
It was like,
That's not a good strike to do
No.
that with.
but so I might just have to wait until like a bunch of us are on and are willing to do it, and then just do a rotation, each somebody wearing a mask each time, because
Doing that 3 at once is going to be a bitch.
yeah. Well, at least that specific one. Like probably you could do like Omnigul that way. Probably I don't think Omnigul will be that hard, just because you can just kind of hide behind the wall and
What's
pop out.
the one Vex strike? Not Undying Mind.
The Nexus.
The Nexus.
No, not the Nexus.
Echo Chamber.
Echo Chamber. Yeah.
No, I don't think that. No, not that one.
Yeah. What's your guys' late level? You're up to?
366, 367-ish.
That's it. See,
Y'all blowing me away now.
I've been putting in like probably hopping on at least like twice a week, probably on like Tuesday and Friday. So I'm up to 372. But they upped everything up.
Yeah.
So now like blue engrams will drop up. Blue drops will be up to 365.
I will admit that's the only reason I'm up
Legendaries
as
up
far
to
as I am.
385. So that's like that helps a good bit now.
Last time I played was like 2 weeks ago, and I'm at 360. I still want to do the raid. It's just not on my priority list
yeah, I'm just
right now.
I'm
There's
just
other things
trying to get
around
some of
me.
the extra shit done because some of the stuff looks cool. Like I want that shotgun and some of like the extra shaders and emblems.
I have a
and shit.
ton of exotic quests that I gotta do.
Yeah, I
have the one for Thorn, and then I don't know what the other one is. I'm guessing.
I have the 2 swords. I almost am ready to do the chaperone.
Oh, yeah.
No time.
I have the other. I have the
Stuff
2
to do-
swords. I still have to do no time to explain.
Yeah, I think all I have is the 2 swords and Thorn, and then I guess no time to explain, and then I don't have it yet, but then Outbreak Prime, that one. But
I did though. I will say I did my first 2. I think we ended up doing perfected things in Archon's Forge. Very cool.
Some of them are very challenging.
Very hard.
Yeah. The
Like
Servers War
you
1 is a
need
bitch.
I'd say you need at least 4 people that know what the fuck they're doing.
I've
Yeah.
only ever done perfected dregs, and the perfected dregs
No,
really
the perfected dregs are easy, but if you're doing like the servitors or the captains,
Yeah.
I'd say you need at least 5 or 6 people
Yeah.
almost.
Anymore, unless I'm planning on doing it with a bunch of people, I just get rid of like all those.
You get so much. If you can stay in the Archon's Forge a little bit, dude, you're literally going to max out every single spot you have in your inventory with engrams. It's kind
Yeah.
of crazy.
Like you have to every
But
time I
that's
go
the
in there,
shit.
I have to hide. I have to hide back and just kind of
Yeah.
go.
Like you, there's no guarantee that you will get in a good group or be able to go on a streak.
Yeah.
You know, which sucks.
Yeah, and it's also based on like you have no control over what kind of offering you get. So it's like if I have it perfected, it's like there's only 3 of us here. Looks like this ain't happening, fellas. Or I have to get rid of it, which is like I don't want to do that.
Now you're
either.
taking the chance of another one dropping.
I tried to do an enhanced by myself.
Probably not.
Didn't go well.
I said probably not.
Because if you go down, it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. Oh, right, because
No, you
then
can't
it
buy
just
back in.
quits. Right, you have to have multiple people in order to buy back in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
I was doing good for a while, and then it just didn't happen. So
That's a game that, like, here, probably, after I get done getting all of the artifacts, because that's, like, the last big thing. It's like, I'm going to, that like
that's the last grindy thing.
That's the last grindy thing that I really need to do. That's not like because I want to get it done because there's no guarantee that like when an artifact will pop up again. Even though I'm probably at the point where like next week the 2 that I need left might not even be up, but I just want to get that done just so that I don't have to worry about it. And then I can just like, is there selling anything? Nope. Okay, cool. Just
I would like to do the Nightfall Strikes thing with you guys, but
you can do that. I mean, like I said, I'm still playing that game.
Yeah.
At least probably twice a week.
But is there matchmaking for Nightfall now?
No. Because that's like...
And that's the pain. That's the problem, because like you and I will be on, but we won't have like that third person.
We can go on to one of those communities or whatever, find somebody. But, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do them with you, but I've had...
I only want to do the 5, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Because I still have the one thing for the quest to do. Like, hey, it finishes with do a Nightfall Strike. Because I've never had a chance to run a Nightfall Strike with you guys.
I've only done the one.
Yeah.
The one we did to finish that quest. That's the only one I've ever done. And when I finished it, got an exotic chess piece. That was pretty cool.
Well, I think technically, like some of the exotic quest things that we've done are technically Nightfall level. Like, I know that the one for the Shield Brothers
for
to get the Chaperone is Nightfall level.
Yeah.
Not sure if the one for the swords is. I think that might just be heroic, but like some of those are Nightfall level. So
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty much. What have you been up to? Threw me on the spot. Throwing you on the spot.
I don't know if I want to talk about it here because I know we're going to do a review, but the only thing I've really been playing is Battlefield 1. So, yeah. We're going to do a review of that. I don't want to talk too much unless you want to say anything about it right now.
I have some things to say, but it's going to be in the review.
Yeah. You got something to say?
Other than that,
yeah, kind of the same. I I haven't been doing too much else. Like nobody else has said. The Festival of the Lost, a little bit of Battlefield 1 because I only got it like this Tuesday. I have played a good bit of Party Hard just because like I was waiting on like for that to download and shit like that. The game's actually like a lot more fun than I thought it was. It's actually kind of hard, especially once you get up to like level 6, where now there's like you can't hide bodies very easily.
What is Party Hard?
You are a guy that wants to go to sleep, but there's a party next door, and so so you're like, fuck this shit, and you stab everybody. There you go.
I might need to invest in this game.
It's stupid fun. It really is. Like I unlocked the serial killer character who you can get a chainsaw and he'll just dash forward and chainsaw everybody. And then there's the ninja, where if you move, people can see you, and then they will call the cops on you. But if you stand still, you're invisible, and you have a katana, and you can just hack through people. Some of the chiefs, that one you have to, and I tried because I'm like, I think I can do this. You have to go through an entire level without anybody finding a body without getting caught. And like, there's one level that's really good for it, and then there's a couple other things like escape the cops 5 times. Because yeah, the cops can get caught on you, and then there's one which I haven't tried yet, which is you have to after the cops get caught 5 times, the FBI shows up and they're just around the whole time. You have to win with the FBI there, and it's just like what? It's like 20 levels to this game. It's like I said, it's really fun. It's just kind of like what can I do to like just get rid of people quickly? You can get a horse and just have somebody get kicked to death by a horse. Like stupid shit like that happens.
Nice.
Yeah.
About you?
I'm on the way to completing my master challenge with Sparrow and Paragon. Been playing some Battlefront. That re-downloaded that today. That's kind of why I was a little bit late today. I was playing a little bit of Battlefront and eating at the same time. And then, other than that, watching some horror movies and stuff. I guess for games, it's been Paragon a lot. I'm really liking that game. But then, yeah, Battlefield 1, I have some things to say about that in the review.
Yeah. You were bomb at Paragon.
Yeah, I'm good at Paragon. Not so much as Battlefield 1.
Yeah. That's a fun game.
I'm good at Battlefront, I'm good at Paragon, not Battlefield 1.
There's too many multiplayer games that I want to play. Right
Yeah,
now.
I'm just not good at most games. But the only games I could say that I'm maybe good at was Destiny sometimes, and then like the Assassin's Creed multiplayer, and that's like it. That's like the two things I'm good at.
IDAR.
Sometimes
No,
I can bomb.
We figured it out now.
What?
I got some tricks up my sleeve.
Oh right.
You got some tricks up your sleeve.
yeah.
You got some tricks up your sleeve. We all got tricks up our sleeve now, so you ain't got no more tricks, brother.
Yeah, we all taught each other our tricks, so now it's all like
Figured out your
Tricked out.
three-point
figured out
trick.
3-point,
Yeah, your
and then we
3-point
figured out
trick.
5-point shots.
Yeah.
Apparently, I missed a lot of.
We figured out how to regularly sink 5-point shots.
Apparently, we're gonna have to IDARB tonight as well.
I'm not playing Destiny. You guys are talking about Destiny. I'm good with that game for a while. In hindsight, I just watched this video today that kind of reminded me, because I haven't played it in a while. It kind of sort of reminded me and gave me some feelings. It's on this channel called I Hate Everything. It's pretty funny. He
Sounds
doesn't
like
like
your
rant
channel.
about stuff. But he doesn't really talk about video games that much. I think Destiny is the only video game he really has talked about on the channel. And he's done it for Vanilla Destiny, I think The Taken King, and now Rise of Iron. And it's like a 29-minute long video where he goes through all of Rise of Iron and just basically, he says he likes it, but a lot of his criticisms are so right on. And it just kind of reminded me of like, these are some criticisms I have of the game. And some people can criticize it because they like it. And I do like Destiny. It's just not something I'm going to be playing for a long time, because I just felt like they're never... I started playing it up until Rise of Iron. Like, okay, I'm going to get back in this game a little bit and play it and kind of work my way into it. And then I played Rise of Iron, and it was just like, there was no jumping point. It was just like this, alright, I'm playing, okay, I'm just going to stop. There was no, I'm playing it. Now I'm going to be playing this new game. Like, if I started playing Pokemon X and Y before, or Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire before Sun and Moon came out, I'm jumping then to a new game with a new place, new characters. Like, it feels brand new in a lot of ways. And I guess Rise of Iron didn't feel that new in some ways. And sometimes it felt like I just picked up where I left off.
Yeah.
And it's kind of left me with this feeling of like, I don't plan on playing anytime soon. Like, I just got Skyrim. Paragon is a game that I really, really enjoy. I think it's such an amazing game. It needs more to it, but they're in the process of building it. I just don't see myself playing Destiny for a while. Like, it's going to be one of those things, like, I went through it earlier this year, but I just didn't play it. Like, I deleted it, and then I ended up downloading it at a later point, but I just, that I'm good with that game for now. Until it's time that maybe I'll start working my way up if we ever think about doing the raid, but kind of like you said, it's not on my priority list right now.
It's not on my priority list, but especially with Titanfall 2 out. I want to play a lot of that. I want to keep playing Battlefield 1, and I want to play a lot more Gears of War 4.
Yeah, I've been doing like I've been trying to balance everything, which I've been playing. Well, at least a lot of the games that are like out right now. Like I've been like, even though I probably have put a little bit more time in Destiny than necessary. Like I've been usually like I played.
It was only because Festival of the Lost is like
that was like the only reason I played
I've
it
been
like
playing
heavily. But like I played a little bit of Gears. Like I played a match or two of multiplayer earlier this week. Like just because I noticed that happened a lot last year too. It was like, I didn't touch this game for like a month and a half. Okay, well, get back to it, and it's like and then or like how I feel like we had like Rainbow Six was a game that we like didn't touch for like 6 months, and then we're just like, let's play that game again. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I was just like, I kind of trying to not do that, especially this time around, because it looks like all these games that are coming out like in this time span are like all gonna be really good.
You guys have that on PlayStation, right?
Xbox.
Oh, never mind. So I was thinking about getting it sometime, but forget it. Fuck you guys.
I also want to. There's only a few like single player games that I want to play through and like I want to experience this game.
The Division.
No.
As a single player
because
oh yeah, it is. It is, man.
I want to put my Wii U away because I don't really play it anymore. And with the Switch coming out, I mean, I'm excited for the Switch. I may actually pick it up at launch. We'll see. And then I want to put my PS3 away. That thing's old.
Yeah.
And there's more and more reasons for me to not play it. One that we'll probably talk about later.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
There are a lot more like BioShock is now. You can play that.
Exactly.
Skyrim, you can play that. I mean, more and more games. That's sort of the good part of that. The part I see about that is reasonable putting out this collection. If they're great games and they're coming as a package, and you say I can play these on PlayStation 4 now. I have everything in one spot. Just other things that I don't understand, other special editions I understand. But there are a few things like Skyrim, BioShock, Mass Effect is up in the air.
There's the rumor of the Mass Effect one.
Batman.
Batman Return to Arkham is out now, yeah.
Well, that's a different...
Dishonored,
Yeah.
Dead Rising.
Edward?
Edward.
Yeah, you can play
Edward
Edward 5.
Edward Norton.
You can play Edward
game.
1, 2,
Edward
3, and
Scissorhands.
5, not Edward 4.
Nobody talks about that
That
game.
game fucking
Edward
sucks.
Nigma.
Let's just stick with video games. We got just a few things to talk about. We'll talk about these two quickly. Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom
Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 are coming to PS4 March 28th.
As a package, and I'm excited about it.
So that's going to have Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Birth by Sleep, Recoded,
Chain of
358 over
Memories.
2 days.
Rechain Memories.
Rechain.
And the bad ones. Actually, well, you can say that about a couple.
Half of that package is good.
Because I don't play Kingdom Hearts, none of those games are new, right?
No.
So the old ones, okay.
It's a compilation of pretty much every Kingdom Hearts game.
And
that
Kingdom
matters,
Hearts fans sat there, I'll admit, including myself, and went, yes!
Yep.
Yeah,
I was like,
I'm excited about it.
because you see, that's the thing. And again, because it's one of those things that
Let's
I bring
play
up
the
every once in a
same
while.
games for the 10th fucking time.
Hey,
But you know what? I will sit and do it.
'Cause I was
Why? Because I love these games.
That's like my whole thing
Most
was like
of
I was like because I'm watching the price of a PS3 go down and down, and I'm like, I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna play like some of these old games that I really want to play, and then this comes out, and it's like, well, now all that's really left that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play this is like Shadow of the Colossus, Jack and Daxter. Yep, that sounds about right.
Cooper.
Sly Coop. That sounds about right. So it's like now there's like even less of a reason for me to.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts is goofy, right?
Yep.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm getting it for 3 reasons. You know, for you guys, it makes more sense because you don't have a PS3, so you have no way to play this game.
Oh.
It just, you know.
It just makes sense for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, I want to play Kingdom Hearts 2 again. 2, I want to actually finish Birth by Sleep, you know. And the reason why I kind of stopped playing that game is, 1, because I got stuck, but, you know, it's on PS3, and then a bunch of shit came out for PS4, and it's like, well, I don't want to go backwards. And 3 is to get, you know, that's another reason to put my PS3 away and just... Here it is, you know.
That's also kind of the thing, like when I was mentioning earlier, I'm like, I'm kind of getting that itch to just get rid of games. I'm tired of looking at a bunch of games. So I'm like, because I know I'm being a hypocrite. I know that there's going to be probably a solid couple weeks where I won't do much else besides play those Kingdom Hearts games when that comes out. I understand that. So it's like...
You haven't played them, you
I
haven't
played
them in a long time.
I haven't completely played... Well, I mean, I guess I played through most of 1 and then that just kind of stopped. But I haven't played... Actually, I haven't beat a Kingdom Hearts game probably since like 2010. Because like I got really close to beating 2 and then my PS2 got stolen.
I haven't beaten...
And then, like I said, we stopped playing 1.5. So.
I haven't beaten a Kingdom Hearts game since I beat 2. Because I've been kind of like on and off, like just kind of like sitting and like crashing my way through Birth by Sleep.
Wait, nope, that's a lie. I beat 3D like a year and a half ago.
I started 3D, I never finished it.
Yeah, it's alright.
And I'm on the last of the 3 individual storylines I need to do for Birth by Sleep.
If you're looking to get into Kingdom Hearts, this is an amazing collection. And this is only $50 too. So you're going to get bang for your fucking buck. At least 100 plus hours of gameplay.
Oh yeah.
Probably pushing more like 150.
And there's no way
just
individually...
between 3 games. Like, Chain of Memories is garbage. You don't have to play that. Just go watch it on YouTube. Recoded is garbage, and 358 over 2 days is garbage.
Well, those 2 are just cutscenes anyway.
Yeah.
You can just
but they're still fucking garbage.
They're garbage.
What the fuck was that?
What?
Those 2. You have 3 fingers.
Yeah, you know.
Here, put your fingers up again.
We had this conversation like 2 weeks ago.
Do that again because I can help you fix that.
358.
Point it towards him. This way.
Yeah.
There.
There.
There you go.
358 and Recoded. Just read about it.
Just read about
Yeah.
it.
Read a short synopsis of what the fuck happened.
That'll pretty much get you through it.
They're
But you don't have to watch
You
it.
can just
You
turn
can
it
just
off.
no. You can just fucking start it up, and I believe you can just click through all the chapters, and then it'll count.
Oh wow. Okay, fine. I'll do that.
I did it for Recoded. That's how I
Yeah.
got all the chapters.
Also,
I didn't
I've
actually
never looked up what happens in Recoded, so I'm kind of interested. Like, that's one I haven't played. I haven't played. Well, we did watch 358, so I don't have to do that one. But yeah, I kind of want to do it just because that's like the one story in Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, what happens here?
Yeah. But
And
good.
and Birth by Sleep's combat was so good. I just want to experience it on an actual legitimate controller.
That's how I feel about 3D. 3D is a little fucky. Like, I don't know. It's just.
Yeah.
Whereas I want to
on
see
a handheld.
I want to see how they do, since apparently the flow motion stuff's going to be in 3 when that game comes out in like 20 years. So like, I want to see how they do that. I mean, who knows? Maybe. I mean, I almost get the feeling that they're making a heavy push. Like with, I mean, I'm not saying Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out next year, but it's like with 2.8 coming out in January and then this coming out in March, it seems like they're making a push to be like, hey, remember all this shit's happening. It's also interesting that only on PS4.
That's why I was going to
Yeah.
bring up both two. So we're getting a lot of Kingdom Hearts in like 3 months next year. So
Yeah.
January 24th is the 2.8 collection, which will have some neat stuff in it, and then March 28th is the whole
1.5,
huge
2.5.
collection, both on PS4. So what's the point in putting this on Xbox? This is the perfect opportunity to introduce Xbox gamers to Kingdom
The whole
Hearts,
franchise.
but they're not.
I mean,
And I just don't get it. You know?
I think. Well, I mean,
ironically, I was surprised to see that this was coming out for the Xbox in the first place.
well,
Kingdom Hearts 3.
yeah.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts
Yeah.
3.
The
Kingdom
thing
Hearts
is,
4.
I think they've at least on the Japanese listing of it, they've taken it off the Japanese Xbox site. So I don't know
That
if
would
that's
maybe
like.
make sense because I mean,
But like they have not pushed this at all on like an Xbox. Like I can understand 1.5 and 2.5 only coming out on PS3 because that's like this is. But now like if you really want to get gamers in, especially with the new bundle, it's
Yeah.
like you gotta.
And who knows? Maybe. Sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
Conspiracy theory. They aren't putting out games on the Xbox anymore, jackass. It's Xbox One now. Xbox, they stopped putting the games on there a long time ago. It's not going to be on Xbox. Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Go
I
eat a
got
hot
something
dog,
with that.
man.
Can we?
Put some mustard on it.
I'm
Catch it.
another conspiracy theory. Maybe the reason that Kingdom Hearts 3 is taking so long is because Microsoft hasn't been really cooperative with them
I mean,
on
it's
getting
all-
it
I'm-
on the bone.
Because all it is, I mean, I don't think it'd be that difficult to get it over. I mean, it's
Really?
it's running on Unreal Engine, which Unreal Engine kind of just works
That's
everywhere.
unreal.
So, yeah,
But see, if you got, because with the PS4 you got the touchpad, if you're having some sort of touchpad functionality, you don't have that on the
that's the
one.
thing. I don't feel like if they were, if it's an Xbox thing, if originally they were making this game for both, they wouldn't put a touchpad thing on there.
I'm just saying, like with the flow motion stuff, maybe.
Mabes.
They did show a few new screenshots of Kingdom Hearts 3, confirming that drive forms are back, which is super exciting to me.
Drive forms?
Drive forms.
Yeah,
Drive? or
drive.
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 Like
oh.
you drive your car.
drive
through the
forms
fence.
were
I like
No,
drive
the
from like
coolest
drive home.
thing. Kingdom Hearts, like that was one of the best things Kingdom Hearts
This,
do.
this one's
Yeah.
like a shield, like it's like because it's like guard form or something. And it also, I mean, we already knew this. It also confirmed that the Coliseum, I guess, is coming back.
Yeah, that's what
Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna battle Pokemon in Kingdom Hearts.
I've never played Kingdom Hearts.
You're gonna
I don't know
fight.
what the
You're gonna
fuck
fight
you're
Shadow
talking about.
Suicune.
Must be
That's like the boss of the
jackass.
place. But
Shadow Lugia.
and Shadow Lugia, yeah, that one too. Yeah. So like I said, I got really happy when I saw that because like it was like a huge data dump because like they announced a bunch of other things about
Yeah.
Square Enix properties. All what that was like Thursday.
Yeah,
Something?
because
Anything-
it was,
Anything about the new Final Fantasy?
yeah, it was Paris Games Week. That's why.
Paris Games. That's right. Well, like they
But,
said that like
yeah.
their co-ops DLCs coming out for Final Fantasy 15, so it's like you can play with other people.
Yeah, basically turning it into Monster Hunter
That's
with
kind of
with
cool.
4 people.
Could be
We
cool.
should do that.
And then
Season pass for that game is only $25. So even I mean, it sucks that you can't play co-op on a disc, but that's not breaking the bank.
no.
Oh man, they're not charging $50.
Yeah,
to get with it.
Surprising.
You need to
And, well,
get
it's
with
like
it.
I can see them like not doing that because it's
Maybe
like
that's an apology for, hey, we took so long with this game.
You wouldn't sprout. You kind of go, why isn't it $50? You need so much money to make your fucking money back with this game.
I mean, maybe it's like because like the thing, it's cheaper, more people buy it, they end up turning a profit anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, most products are sold at super high prices, so that you make a good bit of profit.
And how much is going to be in the season pass stuff?
I don't think they've announced too much.
I don't
Not
think they've announced all of it, but that's part of it.
That's part of it, and I mean, I would
If it's
assume
just only going to be a few things,
I mean,
you still charge $25.
I assume it'd probably be something like you'd probably get like besides that maybe one or two major like expansions, if that. I don't even know if because I don't know if they've ever done expansions with the Final Fantasy game. It would be an interesting place to take it. But.
No, oh, they did for the online stuff, but never really like.
How?
Because in a way, for making video games, you're paying for manpower to make the game. Because if you have everything that can make the game, you know, outside like equipment upgrades, you're just paying for manpower. That's what goes into the price of a game. Because outside of that, it's like...
I mean, you gotta pay...
bills and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta pay your...
You gotta pay voice actors. You gotta pay...
The coders
to have
and
your
programmers.
Like, it's
you
but
gotta
honestly,
pay
for
licensing fees.
For that, if a game that big, I would go like the smart way and say, let's get fans to do this. People would do this for free. And there could be some really creative people out there that could do voice acting, could do artwork and stuff. I mean, a game like this could totally use its audience. And use is a strong word, but like... Utilize.
Yeah, utilize.
Give back to their audience by letting them contribute to the game, which is really just like free labor or whatever. I mean, a game like this that has such a devoted fan base, and a lot of fan bases are super creative. Like looking at, you know, No Man's Sky is an example of like people before that game even came out was making artwork, all kinds of creative stuff.
True.
And it's like, I don't know why more video games don't do that. It's you know, free labor and stuff.
With Final Fantasy, it'd be a shit show though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because everybody would want to turn it into turn-based, but these people want to turn it into action-based.
well, I think he's more
voice
talking
acting
like
and
voice
stuff.
acting and maybe
Yeah,
even
not
like
like design,
maybe even like
yeah.
maybe even
Like
well,
graphic
maybe
assets.
not like design like that, but maybe like here
graphic
design
assets.
design a boss. Come up with a cool idea for a boss, which I think Kingdom Hearts did do. The one guy that you fight in after you beat Hollow Bastion and you go to Agrabah. There's like a giant serpent thing that you can fight. I think that was designed. I know it's named after a fan, but it might be designed by a fan too, if I'm not mistaken.
Because like Patreon and stuff, people will actually pay you money to like design something for your game or something.
Yeah, there's.
So you never know what that kind of stuff. That's just a thought. I mean, I know that's totally off whatever you're
Yeah.
talking about, but that's just the thought of it. Something that I don't know why more games don't do that.
Yeah. The other thing is just with the Nintendo Switch, a few things. January 12th is when we're going to learn everything about the Switch.
Nothing else until then.
No.
And they mean absolute communication silence.
Or at least they're not saying anything.
Yeah.
Stuff might come out, but it's nothing official.
Yeah. So they're giving a presentation, which is interesting.
It's not a direct. It's a.
I do not believe it's a... I mean, maybe it is a direct, but they said presentation.
I feel like this would be the one time to not do a direct.
Maybe
Have
it would be
an
a-
actual thing.
Like a live, like the Treehouse event.
Yeah.
That could be
At E3.
But they said that we're going to learn price, release date, you know, other features about it, launch lineup, other games Nintendo's working on themselves.
Third-party games.
They didn't say third-party games.
Fourth party.
But-
They're gonna need third-party
Yeah,
games.
fifth
Yeah,
party.
I know.
Drew
So-
Carey 5 is coming out for
I saw a
Switch.
listing. It's not confirmed, but that game that Miyamoto's been working on for a while, that like robot game, like they were trying to get on the Wii U, is like listed. It's like I forget what the project name. I think it's like Project Robot something or other. Is like listed as being a
creative.
as a launch title possible, which I thought was interesting. It's like cool. I forgot that he's working on something else.
Yeah. Also, it is confirmed that the screen on the tablet is 720p resolution and is a touchscreen. So there we go. It is a touchscreen. So who knows what that could be used for. I'm hoping it's not used for games really at all, and that it's more of just an interface thing.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to be playing Zelda and have to pull up my inventory and drag shit around. I do not want to do that at fucking all. I'm so like I'm not a fan of touchscreens. I don't think they help gaming at all.
I can maybe if they did something creative besides just you can use your inventory. If it was something different, which again I don't know what that is. I'm just throwing the idea out there. Maybe because it'd be cool to the gaming experience is a little bit different. Like you play on the console, you get this one kind of experience. Like I'm not a game designer. I don't know what they could do to make it different really. But if it's but you play here, it's different. You can do that, but then you put it in. It's maybe there's just something else about the controller, the big, bulky looking one that you get, and it's you can do something else maybe. But other than that, I kind of agree that it's because I'm assuming there'll be it'll basically be like these and be a computer, and then you can just go and do things. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a touchscreen, it either has to somehow be a part of the game in some way, shape, or form, or you gotta have something.
If I could use that screen though as almost like a tablet, and I'm just laying in bed, let's watch a bunch of porn. Why not?
Yeah.
I don't feel like playing a game right now, but it's almost like I have a fucking iPad in my hand.
That'd be cool.
That'd be dope. Also confirmed it is not backwards compatible at all. Obviously,
it's the first time I have.
You're not going to be putting your 3DS cartridges, and obviously you can't stick a disc in a tablet.
Try.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could try.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of interesting Nintendo stories coming out. They had low sales, but reported a profit overall.
Which was just
because they sold their huge share in the Seattle Mariners, which was weird to think that they had a big share in that organization. The 3DS is still selling strong. It's almost sold 3 million units so far this year. They said mostly because of Pokemon Go and its back catalog. Pokemon Sun and Moon is the most pre-ordered Nintendo game of all time, period. And then, let's see, what else? There was another story, I forgot. Oh, the Wii U is 500,000.
Yeah.
In a year. Well, no, in 10 months.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
Which is, I mean, with the news that, hey, we're moving this machine forward for a new console, that's not surprising.
Yeah, so...
That they signed the death papers right there.
Yeah. And another thing is that, so if you go onto the iOS App Store right now, you can't pre-order Super Mario Run. You can only get notified of when it goes up for sale or whatever. It's weird. 20 million people have signed up, which is wow. So they could make a lot of money off of that.
I mean, I might maybe...
I'm really thinking that it just makes sense for Nintendo to take all of their resources and put it into the Switch. Let the 3DS fade out. It had a great run. They sold a lot of 3DSs.
Yes.
A lot of games. The Wii U's dead. So put everything into that. Yes, you might lose a share of the handheld gaming market in a way, but it's the amount of money and possibly goodwill you can make back on mobile is possibly way more than you would make on.
That's true, but there's also
everybody has a smartphone, so it's your market is higher because right now for a handheld, if you want to get a mobile game, you have to go out and actually buy their mobile device. Whereas now it's most people have, well, at least most people in the Western world have phones, and so it's boom, that's potential. Somebody could just stumble upon your game and be like, I need a new game to play, and it's boom, they don't have to know who Nintendo is. Whereas otherwise it's no, just these guys.
I mean, in terms of handheld gaming, Nintendo really has no competition anyway. Because, I mean, Sony has never supported the Vita, ever. And the Vita's library is just not there. Whereas the 3DS pretty much dominates an empty market.
Yeah. But that market is shrinking.
Especially because of phones and stuff like that. Now it's
yeah. But, I mean, there's a ton of potential with Nintendo's franchises on mobile if they do it right. I think the one that just I think it'd really blow up though is Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing on the phone?
yeah.
I mean,
I
Animal
can see
Crossing's huge on the 3DS, and it's got this interesting social aspect to it. It's like they do it right on a phone. It could be freaking huge, man.
I'm surprised they
Really
don't have
good.
something similar to Pokemon Go for Animal Crossing on the phone already.
That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
I believe they're supposed to get a Fire Emblem and an Animal Crossing game out before March of next year.
I would love a new Fire Emblem game.
Well, is that a Fire Emblem on the phone? Or, yeah, okay.
So we'll see on that stuff. So it's Nintendo, the Switch.
Yeah.
We'll hear a whole lot about it here pretty soon. I'm excited. I'm so fucking excited to hear about that thing. So,
Yeah.
The last gaming story to talk about really is Bethesda. Bethesda's being a bunch of hard asses.
Mm-hmm.
Bethesda is no longer sending any review codes to the media. At least not in a timely fashion. They will only give them review copies of their games one day before the game comes out. So you will no longer ever see a Bethesda review before the game comes out. They said this. Which their statement is just interesting.
I was just curious for the reasoning behind this.
At Bethesda, we value media reviews. Before going... hold on. I want to actually pull up the actual thing, because this is like an abbreviated thing.
I mean, so yeah, I'll vamp a little bit. I want to see what the reasoning is, but usually, like, that's not
Smart.
good. Like, when somebody's like, okay, I don't want somebody to look at my game. Like,
I mean, they're kind of getting the Dave Mustaine ego. Like, I can do whatever I want.
Alright, I got it
I mean,
here.
they have Bethesda.
Yeah. At Bethesda, we value media reviews. We read them, we watch them, we try to learn from them when they offer critique, and we understand their value to our players. Earlier this year, we released Doom. We sent out review copies to arrive the day before launch, which led to speculation about the quality of the game. Since then, Doom has emerged as a critical and commercial hit. It is now one of the highest rated shooters of the past few years. With the upcoming launches of Skyrim Special Edition, in Dishonored 2, we will continue our policy of sending media review copies one day before release, while we will continue to work with media, streamers, and YouTubers to support their coverage both before and after release. We want everybody, including those in the media, to experience our games at the same time. We also understand that some of you want to read reviews before you make your decision. If that's the case, we encourage you to wait for your favorite reviewers to share their thoughts.
I think they're being perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, when you say it like that, the only thing that the only thing I could see being a problem with that is like, I mean, I'm currently, it's also because it kind of works. I'm currently taking a PR class, and you can spin anything to make really anything sound positive. Like, I mean, you know, you're taught, like, you know, you say things. Don't lie, but say things that make you look good.
Yeah.
And so it's like, there could be more that they're not saying. And, the whole thing of like, maybe, because, well, an interesting bit to bring up would be, how early did they send out Fallout 4 review copies?
There was reviews up before that game launch.
So, that might have something to do with it. It's like, because, I mean, the reviews, if I remember correctly, I mean, they got some good reviews, but I know there's been some criticisms of like Fallout 4 from like, so it's like,
they were not
and that's
entirely
exactly
favorable.
why I feel this is fucked up.
like it's, but I can get what they're saying, which is like you can wait to get a game, which is fine because I mean, nothing they're saying is wrong because it's like I wouldn't say if you're not sure about a game, don't just buy it.
Yeah.
Wait to get a review, but it's like some people. Some games, they kind of die quickly. Like, imagine if that happened. Did No Man's Sky have any early reviews go out? Like, imagine if... No?
Not. Because that game is supposedly an online thing.
Well, because like I can
basically to translate, it wasn't fucking finished probably till like the night before.
Yeah,
it
and they
shipped out.
had that massive day one patch that completely changed fucking everything about the game.
Well, like, so the point that I was going to try to make is that, like, you have no clue how long a game, you know, who knows? Because, I mean, No Man's Sky seemed to die down. Like, it kind of was, like, you know, up on its thing, and then it kind of skyrocketed. Like, you don't want that to, I mean, that to happen, because, you know, then you find out a review, somebody reviews it early on, when there's, especially if it's an online game, there's a lot of people there, it dies down really quickly, and now somebody gets burned because it's not the same experience that they got from... I'm probably not articulating what I'm trying to say the best, but it's like that could, you know, I can see the issues. But, I mean, if you put out good games, then fine, whatever, that's fine. But it's like, you gotta, I don't know.
My thing is this. They can do whatever they want. Skyrim was an amazing game. One of the greatest games of all time, in my opinion. That game still, you could probably find on YouTube, that game still has some life in it. And now with the special edition coming out, it's going to have another year or two of life in it. That game is fucking, like, it's infinite. That game is so amazingly good. Hello? Alright. Called it.
Will Bethesda win any awards with Skyrim Special Edition this year?
No, they shouldn't.
Because it's
just
remastered.
yeah.
I wouldn't offer that.
The Doom is apparently really good. The thing the sort of the issues were Elder Scrolls Online, which turned out to be pretty
bad,
iffy. Some people liked it, some people didn't. It's very, very mixed, very up and down the scale. Fallout 4, I didn't really enjoy it, but then again, I didn't really look at any reviews. I looked at what was coming out. I thought, this game looks good. I'm going to give it a chance. I still own it. I still haven't returned it. I eventually might go back to it sometime. Who knows? But that's the thing, that I think they're being so reasonable. And it is 10 times out of 10 on the person, on the consumer, to look at a review, wait for a review, make an informed decision whether you want to buy something. And if that's waiting a couple days after it comes out, then so fucking what? I mean, you wait a couple days, you say, "Oh yeah, this is good." If people get this game to review it, then they get it. It's bad. They review it. It's bad. That's something to say about it. There's nothing wrong with waiting a couple days for a review. And I think if any negative spin that would come out about this would probably be from places like IGN or Game Informer or review outlets or people that have news on things, because they're not getting it out to people in time, so they're losing on this, so they're going to look at it negatively. Whereas for a consumer, I mean, I have no problem with it. I'm going to buy Skyrim because I know it's an amazing fucking game. Doom looks really good. It comes out, has a great reputation. People are going to buy it. Fallout 4 comes out. It's not really what people thought, but people that were going to buy that game were going to buy it anyway. 9 times out of 10, those people are going to buy that game anyway. So I just don't see any... I mean, I don't see the deal with it. I don't have any problem waiting a couple days and saying, well, I'm curious about this game. Because there have been games where I have just sat on it for like a month thinking, even watching reviews every now and then, like, let me watch some more gameplay. It looks good, but the fact that I'm on the fence about it says that I might not be thrilled about it, so you know what? I'm just going to wait. Mafia 3. The game came out. I watched gameplay videos. I watched reviews. I'm like, it looks alright, but the world looks cool, but people say there are problems with it. I'm still on the fence. It seems like a game that would be cool to play, but apparently there's not enough there, so I'm just not going to end up getting it. I'm so on the fence that I'm thinking, if I'm still on the fence now, then it's not going to be worth it. Yeah. You can wait. You can look at a game, you know. A game like Pokemon, I know what I'm getting. A game like Skyrim Special Edition, I know what I'm getting. A game like Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm willing to take the chance on that because the payout for that game is so fucking over the top. But if that game bottoms out, then fuck me. I'm willing to take the chance on that. But then some games like a Mafia 3, I'm willing to wait, you know. And if after Fallout 4, people kind of have their minds made up. If the next Elder Scrolls is coming out, I'm probably going to go after that game because it's fucking Elder Scrolls, you know. People kind of already have their minds made up, and you know what I mean.
No, I totally get what you're saying, because like I loved Skyrim. I loved everything about that game. I'm gonna get the special edition eventually. I just couldn't get into Fallout 4 at all.
Yeah.
Like, I really just... The beginning of the game just seemed to drag on. It wasn't fun to play. It wasn't pretty to look at. It just, didn't hook
Talk
me.
about, dude. It's best looking
For
game
me,
ever.
it didn't have that kind of it factor that
Yeah.
got my balls rumbling.
It
Started the dryer.
It didn't get your balls tingling like Skyrim did.
Yeah.
To me, it had no interesting storytelling like The Witcher or Skyrim.
Your kid was taken.
Oh, there you go.
A kid that I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm going after this baby.
Well, let me go help this guy next
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I'll get my
Yeah.
kid eventually.
Yeah. Let me go jerk off behind the tree. Oh, that he'll be all right. He's not dead by now. I was frozen for a little while. He's still alive.
I have a few things to say about this. One, I 1,000% agree with you. Just wait. You wait a week. When the reviews are out, sure. Make up your mind. You have other things to play. You can wait a fucking week to pick up a video game. That's probably the best thing you can do is with this. But there's a few things. I don't care if it's Bethesda Game Studios or if it says The Elder Scrolls on the box. The Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim was fucking hot garbage on PlayStation 3 when it came out. That game was broken as fuck. And if I pick that game up day one and there's no reviews ahead of time to tell me Skyrim on PS3 is fucking garbage, you should probably wait a little while.
Well, there was Skyrim,
Come on,
there
man.
was Fallout 4, there was Elder Scrolls Online to give you... Bethesda by now.
Yeah, I'm talking about Skyrim when it originally came out on PS3.
Yeah.
Like that's
Like,
your,
it-
that's
it
like
was
your first,
broken.
Like
It
your first
did-
kind of
yeah.
dog. You're like, this game looks good. I'm gonna hop on. Oh,
I'd be
work.
pissed. Or, the media or people I follow could have told me, oh, this game's a little fucked up. Just wait a little bit till they patch it. Then I pick it up, then I have a great time.
Or say, hey, if you want it now, get it on the other system.
Just because it's Bethesda and they generally make and publish good games does not mean jack shit. It means fucking nothing. Their games could be fucking broken when they come out. You never know. Yes, they're usually not, but they still could be.
Well, they kind of are.
Yeah. Also, if your game's good, what's the point? Why not have confidence in your
I was
product?
gonna say, it's like
Just show it off and be like, a week ahead of time reviews are coming out, which generally is a really good sign that there's a really good game there because the developer and the publisher has confidence in that game. So now everybody's going to be fucking super excited when it comes out. And people that might have been like, I'm not sure about that. Oh, shit, it's getting like 9.5s. All right.
Yeah, that was like the
I'm
whole thing with
jumping
Doom.
in.
Doom was, I was like, Doom looks cool, and then Doom, but then I saw some of the reviews because I didn't get it until like the day of, and it was like, oh, or at least the reviews that were coming out, because a lot of them were reviews in progress, like, oh, this is a good game. Yeah,
What's the point in that?
I get the whole thing that you're saying, because it's like, it's almost, because again, another thing I'm learning about public speaking is that it doesn't matter what you mean, it's how people perceive it.
Yeah.
What you intend does not matter. Though it's how people receive the message. So the fact that it seems like we don't trust, that some people might interpret it as we don't have confidence in our product, or we know people will buy our stuff just because it has the name Bethesda slapped on it. You don't need to see the game ahead of time. Like there's a little bit where that puts off that message of kind of like that whole thing with how, we've said it a couple times. Fallout 4 doesn't look that good. That it kind of looks like they didn't just really fix some of the, because even Skyrim doesn't, on the PS3 and the Xbox 360 doesn't look that good.
No.
So it's like,
No, it looks like crap.
so it's like it doesn't. Oh, so it's okay. We can just put stuff out, and it kind of perpetuates that mindset that some people have of them, that they're like, Bethesda can just do what they want. They don't have to worry because people are going to buy it anyway. Who cares? It's kind of like that whole thing with like what happened with Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed. People are going to buy Assassin's Creed anyway. We don't need to worry about shit. And then Unity was broken, and Unity did the same thing.
Well,
They didn't have
Unity
any-
sucked for other reasons.
But I mean that's kind of in the same vein. Of
Well,
what I'm
that's the
saying.
other thing, though. If you can wait a couple days for a review, you can wait maybe a week for a patch. I mean, not that the game should be broken, and Bethesda has some problems with that. But if it's a thing that I look at it, I can wait a week after a game comes out, then get it. I mean, this sort of, it kind of goes along with this culture of I need this day one is sort of the problem with it that I think, I mean, you look at so many games, pre-orders, and I need this game, I need this game. I need this game day one when it comes out because I got to get my gay on, you know? And it's like, wait a couple days? I mean, you know, like No Man's Sky came out, it was broken, but again, it was a bad experience. If you get a game, it's really up in the air. And I think the real question is, why one day before? I mean, you could go in circles saying, well, they could do, but why one day before? That's the one thing that I'm wondering. Like, what do they stand to gain from it? I guess they think, from their point of view, maybe keep people in suspense, keep some things in, some surprises about games, but anymore, because I kind of get tired of it. I mean, maybe it's part of it that I kind of see where they're coming from, because I kind of get a little bit tired of it when I look at IGN, and it's like, we were joking about it last week, right? Last week, I think, was the Red Dead trailer. We joked about 27 things you didn't notice about the new Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer. It's like so many things are just so picked apart. Did you notice this? Hey, we got the Game Informer hub on No Man's Sky. We got the hub on Horizon Zero Dawn. Just let a game be a game. Let them work on it. If it comes out, if it's crap, it's crap. It's like so many people try to like, I'm going to get here first. You know, it's about getting that story first. I guess maybe I could see it from that point of view. Let's just put the game out, you know, and just have it be simple. But I guess the world we live in is just not that simple, and maybe it is a little bit naive for them to think, maybe a little egotistical to think that let's just wait until the game comes out. That's simple, that makes sense, but for a lot of people they're going to be angry about it because of everything that's went over.
The other thing is that people were playing Skyrim Special Edition. Kind of doesn't apply to this because it's Skyrim, you know what you're getting. But people were playing Skyrim before, you know, it came out today. Bethesda's going to send out codes to influencers that will not say bad things about the game. So that's something you should just kind of be wary of. That's like, oh, I'm watching this guy play. You just kind of got to watch him play and decide for yourself, like, that looks cool, you know. That's shitty things that suck. Like, I remember Total Biscuit was the one that shed light on it, but Shadow of Mordor, you could get review codes way early for that game, but you couldn't say anything bad about it at all. And he was like, well, this is fucked up. You know, that's stupid. So just be wary of that. And to me, it's almost kind of stupid in a way. It's kind of like insulting in a way. It's like, well, we'll show them this sick E3 trailer and this sick E3 demo that fucking everything goes perfect in, and it's running on PC maxed out at 4,000 frames a second, and dude, it is just awesome, and they're gonna buy this shit up, you know, because gamers fucking just drool over everything if it's at E3 or whatever, and they'll just buy it because it says Bethesda on it, and that shit we showed them was fucking cool, you know? Where, like, they're obviously not going to show you the shit that's fucked up. Or you're not ever going to hear about it, you know, unless you wait. You know? Like, it's just kind of stupid. It's like, they'll just buy anything, you know?
To sort of play
like
devil's advocate, but kind of this is what I believe, like, every time it's on the consumer. Like, the day the game comes out, look up some gameplay, because I guarantee there are so many fucking people on YouTube that will start the game, gameplay part 1, Minecraft Let's Play part 1, whatever, Skyrim Special Edition part 1. There are probably fucking 10 million videos on YouTube right now. Skyrim Special Edition, gameplay, walkthrough, part 1, whatever title. Just watch a little bit of it. Damn. If you jerk off, you know, you blow on. If you don't, you know, it's like...
I mean, some of those
because I guess
were long enough.
The whole thing about this is that it takes advantage of... I'm just going to say it. Someone needs to. It takes advantage of stupid people. People that can't think for themselves and make a decision and that just go along with something. Fallout 4. Go along with the hype. I slipped that in there. You notice that? People that just go along with it. Like, kind of like I did. I thought it looked like a good game. I reasonably wanted to give it a shot. I didn't, like, whip my wiener out and just start, like one of those pool noodles just swinging all over the place. And it's like, just be wary. Because it takes advantage of people that don't know, and I think maybe we are people that know because we look at whatever game developers say, yeah, fuck them and fuck that. But there are games that come out that people just play casually and they like it or whatever, and they think, oh, well, that looks cool. Your grandmother gets it for you for Christmas or whatever, but, I guess I'm just thinking in the perspective of people that know. They're like, oh, yeah, Bethesda has this reputation of putting out games that maybe some are a mixed bag and others just don't work, or you can just fall through walls in Fallout 4. It's, Skyrim, one of your quests can just, there's no guy there. He just disappeared.
Yeah.
The Elder Scrolls Online, it's not that fun.
No, that game is not fun at all.
Oh yeah, it's not.
This is a slightly different topic I want to bring up, just because I had this thought earlier this week, because I went to a local store like Just Press Play because it was
shop?
Monday. I went Monday to try to go see if I could get a copy of Battlefield 1 because I didn't want to grab it over the weekend because I was at my dad's and the internet sucks there, so it's like, well, I'm not gonna really be able to play it that much. So
I want to cut that out. I didn't grab it over the weekend because I was at my dad's. The internet sucks.
Yeah, that can apply to a bunch of different things. But I went there, and I also went to GameStop the next day on Tuesday, and both times I was like, hey, do you guys have a copy of Battlefield 1? They goes, no, we don't have a copy of Battlefield 1. If you really want to get a game day one, you have to pre-order it. And I just kind of I kind of don't like that aspect. I'm okay with that, with aspects of how gaming culture is, but that's one aspect I don't like. They're just like, yeah, you're not, if you want, because that's the other problem with that now, is that to kind of go into this conversation that we've been having, so I'll fix that then, but if you want to get the game, because again, you might not be able to get if you want to wait a couple of days for the review to come out, which might be 2 or 3 days, but then it's then it's, you can't get it for a long period of time, and then it's like, oh, well, it's like kind of like that thing. It's like, now if you don't pre-order it, then there could be X amount of time you can't get your hands on it. The same thing can happen with a lot of whenever a new piece of hardware comes out. Well, I mean, whenever a new piece of hardware comes out, if you didn't pre-order a PS4, you can get your hands on one until next February? Something like that. You can get your hands on it for months, and it's like, I get the reasoning because you don't want to make extra, but it's like,
wait a week, wait 2 weeks, it'll still be there, man.
Go buy it digitally; it's always there.
Yeah,
really
it's just I don't know. It's just some of the issues like that. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just that is a little bit shady because it's like I get it, but it's like that. But then again, you say that, but then we had that conversation before when we did that list of things we don't like in video games, and they're forcing that. Oh, you got to pre-order it then. You gotta put your monty in ahead of time to get this game, and that's the thing. Culture. Now they're forcing it because it's like, oh yeah, well, unless you pre-order, we only really I was talking to the guy at the GameStop in Oxford. He's like, yeah, they sent us the pre-order copies, and then we had 2 extra ones, and that was it. And I'm like, see, that's shitty because it's like people don't want to buy into your shit ahead of time and then get burned on a bad game. But it's like, but then people who legitimately
want the game,
but it's like, oh, it's like if even if I really like a game, I might hold off. I didn't pre-order Titanfall. I waited. I'm like, yeah. Then I'm like, okay, I'm hearing good things about it, so I'll get it. But it's like, a good thing I got it digitally. But some people don't like that, and it's like, oh, well, sorry, you can't get this game that you really want. You have to, which is I understand you can wait a week, but it's like, oh, but I understand where some people come from, where it's like, I want this game now because it's a game that I want. It's like, if I couldn't get my fucking hands on Kingdom Hearts when that comes out, on the thing when it comes out, I'm not going to be happy if I didn't pre-order because I'm like, you know what I mean?
A quick and dirty solution to that problem would be, hey, have the store order enough for them to have a stock in the store, as well as all the fucking pre-orders that people take.
But that's they were going to do the pre-orders, and it's like, okay, now we'll get a couple. And it's like, boom.
The last thing I'll say about it is that it's not always what works out for people. Sometimes you have to get burned to learn. That's my 1980s, see something, say something, wisdom of the day. You gotta get burned to learn, man. Don't do drugs. But no, you gotta pre-order the Division, and it fucking blows, and you can't return it because you got a digital copy, and you just have WAD shot into your ass for 2 weeks. constant, just overflowing
And
wide.
that's another
And then
reason
you're
why
like,
I
all right,
physical
well, I
copies.
learned. I'm not pre-ordering Ghost Recon Wildlands. I might not even get that game. I'm going to be so skeptical of that game. I'm going to be on that game like white on rice. And just wait it out. And just...
See what happens. Yeah.
Sometimes you have to get burned to learn, man.
Oh yeah,
Burn to learn, man.
Yeah, I get that some games are like that. It's just like, yeah.
Brother,
Yeah.
sister.
Cool. In other news, do we want to quickly talk about TWD?
We can mention it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's interesting. We were going to do a video, but then I couldn't come over, so whatever. Whatevs.
The Walking Dead is back on TV.
Came back with a vengeance.
Yeah, it was a very brutal, very intriguing, very violent episode. The day will come when you won't be, right? Day will.
Yeah, the day will come. Yeah, the day will come when you won't be, or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like,
Someone die?
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we finally saw a lot of Negan.
Negan, seeing him being fucking evil, which because I saw, which is really funny. If you can look it up online on YouTube, there's an uncensored version of the season 6 finale, which is basically just the season 6 finale, except they take Jeffrey Dean Morgan and they dub him saying "fuck" a lot. Like, and it made me think of him more as a cartoon character because like in the finale he goes, I'm gonna beat the holy hell out of one of you. They dubbed it to say, I'm gonna beat the fucking fuckity fuck out of one of you, and I'm like, oh, he's just
Well,
gonna
in
be
the comics, he curses a lot.
He curses a lot, but but at that point I'm just like, he's just like he's a cartoon character, like, but whereas they, whew.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all over the internet. Should we just say what happened, or it's all over the internet?
Spoilers.
I'm gonna put down in marks
For
so
Walking
that
Dead.
so don't watch. We'll put a thing in so you can skip it so you don't see what happened.
Foghorn Leghorn or something. I say, fuckity fuck. I say, yeah.
So
That went
Yeah.
bad around here. I say.
so yeah, he beat the shit out of Abraham and Glenn, which was whew.
Yeah, they got the business end of
Of Lucille.
I like how they did that. That was probably the two best characters to do it to, in a lot of ways, because they gave Abraham a satisfying death instead of just getting shot in the head with a crossbow bolt. And just, he's dead. He actually had an exit line. Suck my nuts.
Yeah.
That's literally what he said.
That's what he says. He gets hit in the
Which
head
is
once.
so fitting for his character.
That's so fitting.
Is Norman Reedus still in the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's the reason that Glenn gets killed.
Norman Reedus?
Yeah, his character. He
What's his character's name? Richie?
Daryl.
Daryl.
Like it was cool, but even the worst thing was the whole thing with chopping off Carl's arm. I'm like, oh, this is a little uncomfortable. just because Andrew Lincoln fucking broke down. I'm like, oh.
But I'm glad The Walking Dead finally finally grew a pair and took the show somewhere that people really aren't sure they're comfortable with going.
Yeah, the directors said that they wanted to see how far they could push everything with this episode. And for being something that's not on a service that you pay for, like an
HBO or Stars.
that was probably one of the most graphic things you could watch on TV.
I honestly think in some ways, some of that stuff is more graphic than 90% of the stuff you see in Game of Thrones.
It wasn't, zombies getting killed. It was fucking humans getting brutally beat with a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire. That's just fucking crazy. And that, when he smacked Glenn over the head and Glenn's eyeballs popping out and he's just laughing at him, it's like, wow. Or when he smacks Abraham over the head, he's like, man, taking it like a champ. It's like...
And Glenn's sitting there trying to talk to Maggie the whole time.
Yeah.
Speaking of her, I saw a thing that... So, part of the episode was they showed Rick's hallucinating that everybody, seeing everybody get hit. So I don't know, and I rewatched it, and so this isn't it, but apparently leaked footage showed up of, which I don't know if it was, because I don't know if they went through because I know they filmed a bunch of red herring versions, but I assume that the red herrings was
They
the
put
individual,
them in there.
just individual things, but there's a full-on witch's different thing where Maggie gets picked. And like she like full on like spits on him, and then he just. But it doesn't go much. It just has like the first 2 hits, and I'm like, and so I thought that was interesting that maybe they changed it at some point because it's like that would probably suck. That would probably suck even more.
Yeah.
Like just because I mean she's pregnant, like and just beating her to death, and it's like oh.
Is that guy the bad guy that's beating people to death?
Yeah.
Rick is the good guy, right?
Rick's a good guy.
Is he gonna
I'm
Rick's
not
not
sure if any
a
of them are
good
good
guy.
guys, but.
But is Rick gonna kill him? Is anyone gonna kill him?
I mean, if it goes by the comics, probably not. If it goes by what happens in the
I thought
comics,
he does in the comics.
they just lock Negan away for life.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean, it's in the comics. You can find it online. It's
yeah.
not that big of a spoiler. But I mean, honestly, I almost would be even more okay with it if they killed Negan. The other thing I want to say is the next episode also swings things because even though we know me and you have said a bunch that I hope The Walking Dead can be a dark show. I don't want it to be an overly dark show all the time. Like, hopefully, if they can make it a really almost not, I'm going to use this term wrong. People are probably going to misconstrue it. Fun, a little bit more fun. The next episode, then like that'd be cool. Cause,
you can't have an episode like this week's week after week after week because your audience will end up just like
not wanting to watch it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that won't.
Dark humor, maybe.
Dark humor, or just like. Just
entertaining. It
a
doesn't
lighter
have to be
tone,
like
or just
people
even like
getting
a
shit
slightly
out of
just like a lighter tone. Like I mean, if some of the stuff from the trailers comes through, it probably
It's like
would,
watching Ray Rice play football instead of the other thing.
I just want it to be good storytelling and not so much shock and awe, which I feel it's been relying on a lot. It's like this series is going on for a very long time and there's no end in sight, and I feel like we've kind of seen everything.
Yeah. Because
way. So they really just have to focus on great storytelling to keep people sucked in.
Robert Kirkman's like, I can see the show going on for 10 more seasons.
Yeah, it's like no.
I would.
God.
But if you're gonna do that, I would say, all right, it's time to shift to a different group of characters because
the show ends with Rick. Show ends with Rick. Like he dies, show ends. And that's a perfect way to.
Robert Kirkman himself has said that the story is not about Rick.
But I think if you're I can understand the comics going on, Patrick. Yeah. But the TV show, especially if they're going to do 10 seasons. After Rick dies, just end it. Because you also have Fear the Walking Dead. You're already taking care of that by having a different story.
He was on the movie fights last weekend.
Robert Kirkman?
The Walking Dead guy with the beard.
I think that's Robert Kirkman.
Big guy? Yeah.
He also
said he did something with The Walking Dead. I know his name was Kirk something. It was Kirkman or something like that.
I also said that he knows how the zombie apocalypse started, but he's not going to reveal it because he doesn't want to go into the sci-fi. He doesn't want to make the show sci-fi, but like, oh, this is how it happened. So that makes me think that there isn't a cure, and that the way that the show's gonna basically there's only 2 ways that the show ends, which is everybody dies, which is probably kind of likely, or if they come up with a way where it's like, oh yeah, we beat the zombies, I'm just gonna be like,
they should bring in like Max Brooks, the guy that did wrote the World War Z,
yeah,
and like how to the
zombie apocalypse survival guy,
yeah. That guy writes about zombies and stuff.
And then
I could see
the only other thing I could see is that like because I'm not sure if we've seen anybody turn not from a bite lately. If somehow for whatever reason they don't even have to explain it because I mean they probably wouldn't anyway. But like some people are just immune now, and it's like now it's like oh there's kind of like
it's The Last of Us.
It's well I mean that's immediately what I thought. It's like okay it's The Last of Us, but it's like that's really the only way that they can end the show.
Well, the thing about Max Brooks is that the interesting thing about maybe bringing him in is that instead of just like this happened here, he's more about like the overall picture kind of guy.
Yeah.
And he's like a really smart guy. And he was the guy that talked about self-driving cars.
Yeah, okay.
That whole thing, that spiel a few weeks ago. But like his books kind of go into like how the overall view of things, how the whole world's affected, and how things move forward after a certain point. So it sort of in this show, at least from what I looking at it from the outside, it's about this group of characters, and people come in and people leave. They get killed or they leave or whatever happens, but everything in the rest of the world is just kind of passing them by in a way.
Yeah.
Sort of. They kind of need to bring the rest of the world into it.
I think they're starting to do that this season.
Because for the longest time it was just about Rick and his group, and now there's going to be 4 major groups.
Yeah, there's going to be...
So the world's getting a lot
There's
bigger.
going to be the Sanctuary.
Is it about I know I asked this before, and I think you said no. Is it about zombies anymore?
No, I mean, they're there.
They're a plot
But is
device.
it about them?
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
they're a plot device.
It's about how humanity is just broken.
How far people will go to survive.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's about. And yeah,
But why even have zombies in the first place? Like, I sort of get it, but why not have like another apocalyptic event or something?
Well, it's because early on it was very much like I'd probably say up until even through season 3.
This kind of reminds me, at least the way you guys talk about this show, it kind of reminds me of Supernatural. I used to love that show. Early on, the show was about demons and the supernatural. Then it just went into like this long couple of seasons about, oh well, this happened and that happened and this happened to you, and just personal stuff. And it used to be about like this cool thing that got people into it. These 2 brothers that would hunt down demons and supernatural creatures, and it was awesome. Then by season 6, I think it was, when I stopped watching, one of the brothers got possessed by Lucifer, and the other brother went to hell, and he came back I don't know how many fucking times, and every time he went to hell, it's like, oh well, he's back now. And then it was just like, it got to be this personal thing with ex machinas, and it used to be about like this thing that was kind of cool, but
that's
not to say this show isn't cool now. It's just when it gets into that personal stuff, it kind of lose sight of how the show used to be fun early on.
Well, the show's kind of always been more about the personal things. I mean, the zombies have always been there, but now they're just kind of...
Yeah, they haven't talked about a cure since season 1.
Or, I mean, even though it was a red herring, I mean, it was there in season 4.
I mean, I could see this series anyway, not the TV series, I don't know about the comic books, ending in one of 3 ways. Humanity totally wiped out. You know, nothing but zombies. Humanity somehow survives in like these enclaves, and the zombies are just kind of like part of the climate now almost. They're just part of the environment. I mean, they kind of already are now in the show, but I mean, like, it's just it's just part of the way of life now. Or, you know, they find a cure and wipe out zombies.
Well, what would be the cure in this show?
So that's the thing. I would almost rather them, like, kind of like he said, not explain it. Because then it gets into, like, really weird, like, sci-fi stuff. And it's like, oh, we're going to invent a compound. And it's like, oh.
Well, not just a compound, but isn't it like... Aren't they kind of gone by now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, isn't the only way to get rid of the zombies just to kill all of them? Because there's no way of, like, turning them back so, like, as to cure them, in a way.
Well, not like, I mean, the cure is also that, like...
Everybody's
infected.
Yeah. Everyone is.
So you don't have to get bit. You die, and you're not shot in the head or stabbed in the head. You come back.
Yeah.
That's kind of the extra little.
So you don't have to get bitten to be infected.
We are all infected.
Everybody's already infected. You die, you come back. So that's
then just don't fucking die then. Well.
So that's what we mean by like the cure. Is like, oh, we gotta stop.
So was it like an airborne thing? Did they explain that at all?
No, they
just say that.
Okay.
Literally, the premise of it is Rick gets shot, goes into coma, wakes up 6 weeks later, world's gone to shit.
Fucking 28 days. What the fuck, man? 28 days later.
Or if they just want to like end it sooner rather than later, Negan and Rick
make love.
Just like they just fucking kill each other, like, or like cliffhanger, like Mexican standoff cliffhanger. Just one of them is going to die.
I'd say
if not both of them.
I always thought probably one of the best ways to end that show would be just like, because the only thing that's driving Rick really right now is his family. Like have Carl and Judith die, and then it's kind of like what happened in the season 6 like mid-season premiere, and he just kind of goes out and he's just, you know, he's completely surrounded, but it's just him now, and there's really no way he's coming out. And you're just like, he's gonna die.
And then it cuts to black, like Sopranos.
Yep, exactly.
Last thing I'll say is their cliffhanger definitely did work, though. The viewership for The Walking Dead, you know, there's still 14 million people that watched it, but it did go down significantly last season. The This season's opener had 17 million people watch it,
Damn.
which is more than Sunday Night Football. Which fucking blew my mind when I heard that.
Who played Sunday night?
Seahawks Cardinals.
Oh,
That was a boring game anyway, so.
Yeah.
Everybody's thinking,
that
So-
was a pretty big game. Though.
what about this other show that's what about this other thing that's happening on TV? Oh my god!
Which, that is 17 million's just shy of their record, which is the season 5 premiere, which had 17.3 million. Last season's season premiere had 14.5.
Last season.
So
Also, the thing is with
the
season,
last season was such a filler season to get to where they are now.
the premiere of season 7 just makes me look at how bad season 6 is because of how much they teased Glenn.
It was just a giant teaser the whole fucking way.
Yeah, it's just like
It was like, oh, we ran these guys, oh, they're partying this group, that'll happen eventually. It's like,
Yeah.
so, yeah. But yeah. This thing I want to talk about today is a little bit of musical things. Just an interesting thing that happened this week. I don't think the world was expecting to hear a new Avenged Sevenfold album, whether you like them or not.
I
kinda-
wasn't
just
expecting
kinda-
it.
They
Came-
put out that one song like a
came
week
at
or
it, like-
two ago.
Yeah,
Nowhere.
so not too long ago there was an interview where they said, yeah, we're working on a new album. That's about it. Then they put out a new song called The Stage. Then literally today they just dropped their whole new album. No announcement, no promotion.
it's just
nothing.
there.
Yeah, and it's called The Stage, and it's out. They have a new record label now, which apparently they played a live show on the roof of that building, Capitol Records. Yeah.
Interesting
Wasn't
album.
Capitol Records? Weren't they like huge back in the day?
Yeah, they were.
They were.
I mean,
They had a
I
lot
think
of thrash bands when that shit was starting and stuff. Yeah, they were pretty big. So yeah, I mean, we're reviewing the album, but what do you guys think of that idea? Should bands just do that more? Just like, yeah, just fucking here it is. No announce it 2 months ahead of time.
I'd say bigger. I'm not gonna say bigger musical acts could do it. Like
Yeah.
Metallica could get away with that,
Yeah.
and it would still sell incredibly well. Like that's the thing. It's like I would say save that for things that people would get hyped about. Like no offense, also because I just remember this album the other day and I completely forgot about it. Like don't do that with Time 2. Like, because nobody's gonna care, and it's not gonna like you push, especially because it's like 4 years overdue at this point. But
Yeah.
like, it depends. Like, big acts could do it. Like, any pop artist probably could get away with it. Like, Katy Perry's like, here's my album, there you go, and it's like, oh, and then there we go, we're getting it. Biebs, yeah, like.
I mean, he just drops music all the time.
It's just like shit like that.
From what I hear.
Like, but like I
'Cause I don't listen to Bieber.
Because like not like fucking Attila. Like don't just be like, oh, here's our new album because nobody's gonna
Because
care.
fuck it, we're controversial.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a really, really interesting thing to me that they did this, because it was this close to not leaking. Like, it leaked yesterday. Someone got a copy ahead of time. It was like, yeah, here it is. It was rumored to come out December 9th and be called Voltaic Oceans. But and everybody thought that's what it was going to be. But then it was like, oh no, well, it's coming out tomorrow, and it's called The Stage, and it's just an interesting concept. I agree that I only think big bands could pull off something like that.
Not
And
even every big
Sevenfold's
band.
probably a good one to do it because they have such a rabid fan base that they'll probably fucking wake up and be like, "Wah!"
I mean, it's a fairly ballsy move, but it is
Yeah.
something that, like
You'll get attention.
what you said, the rabid fanboys of a band.
And girls. Don't be sexist.
Sorry, the rabid
Fan
fans,
persons.
fan people of a band. They see, they might hear a rumor or two that a band is working on a new album, but it's not confirmed. They don't really see anything promoting it, and then all of a sudden it's here, and they're like, "Oh shit, gotta go get it." And then
The thing that, at least from the song that I listened to, The Stage, it kind of sounds like, at least with Hail to the King and what was it, Shepherd of Fire, and all the new songs on the last album. It sounded like they kind of changed their sound up a lot to be like, it's kind of like this riff. And that's going to be the start of the song, where the old stuff was more, upbeat, energetic, and everything. It kind of feels like with that song, they were kind of going back a little ways. So maybe this was a thing that they just did, like, I don't want to go as far as to say it's like they don't want to be a big band anymore, but maybe this is just for, they're going to put it out and only the people that really care will get it, and it's just kind of a way of like them maybe weeding out some of their fan base. I don't want to say that as, I don't really give a fuck.
Well, it's
why am I trying to dance around that? But they just want to like get rid of some people and just say like, these are our really good fans. This is just for the real people. Almost did it again.
Yeah. It'll be really interesting to see how this thing sells, because I don't remember where Hail of the King landed, but Avenged Sevenfold is a band that could have a number one album.
Oh yeah.
They're big enough to do so. So it'll be interesting to see, how well this sells compared to where maybe it could have been if they went through the traditional bullshit.
I might say the number one, but it'll get knocked out here.
Yeah.
Depends if it's
weeks.
good. That's also the thing. If it's like a bad album, then it's not going to get the number one, I don't think.
Yeah.
But if it's good, it has some good songs and people like it,
It's
every Disturbed album hits number one.
Well, I mean, their fan base, I'm not going to say anything about that.
Yeah.
That's just a bitch way of saying that, people that like Disturbed like one song over and over. I mean, they like fucking the same person the same way every night, eating spaghetti for dinner every damn night. Having the same shit at 5 o'clock.
Isn't that called Most People's Lives?
Not everyone. I don't eat spaghetti every night. I don't shit every night at 5 o'clock. I don't have sex every night because I don't have sex right now. I mean, I don't play the same video games every night, but people that, it's just the casual person.
Hey.
You know what I mean? The casual person can play Call of Duty and not be critical about it. The casual person can listen to Disturbed and be like, yeah, this is rock, right? That cover of Simon and Garfunkel, this gets me emotional, man. And it's like, I don't know.
No, I totally get what you're saying about...
David Draymond's inspirational. That's what I'm saying. That's why I get the number one. Not many people can pull off being bald like he does. I mean, he really does, though. He can pull it off.
I mean, they saved money promoting it.
Adam Sandler couldn't pull off being bald.
That is true. You don't have to do that. Don't have to be putting out ads or anything like that.
Yeah. Now, do you think maybe they were kind of playing new songs here and there as they toured prior to?
I think all this stuff just kind of came. Like, they put out one. They only put out the stage, right? Yeah, they put out one song, and it's like, there you go.
Well, I'm not saying like
I mean,
release the singles, but maybe.
I know you'd hear. I mean, you'd hear about it. Like, like nobody slips on.
Mamgoat.com. Avenged
Exactly.
Sevenfold
Like
his new song.
Like I guarantee you that like if they're like we're playing a new song, half people's fucking phones are coming out and they're like, oh, I'm gonna get big. I'm gonna post this and it's gonna be like I'm gonna have the scoop, man. And it's like, shit like that doesn't slip through anymore.
Yeah, it's interesting. Only two more quick things, and then we'll wrap this up.
It was supposed to be quick. Never.
Yeah, two more albums that got announced. Unfortunately, Sepultura is putting out a new album called Machine Messiah, January 13th. I'm sure that will suck ass.
I remember the whole rant you guys just went on.
And then the most exciting one, by far,
Godsmack.
the most exciting album of next year so far.
I can't tell if there's sarcasm here.
Creator is going to release their new album, Gods of Violence, January 27th.
Keith just got really happy.
Yes!
About fucking time. That's like 5 years almost.
Oh my god, that's...
Yeah. Yeah. It's nasty.
That's nice looking.
Yeah.
It's more old school, because their last album is kind of colorful.
Yeah. I agree.
That's just gray. It's like the Gears of War of albums covers.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Not enough brown.
It's great. Hey, it could be more brown, though.
For poop?
Yep.
Anyways, just talk about some new music and then get the fuck out of here. Like we talked about Avenged Sevenfold, New album, The Stage is out. You can
Rock?
listen to it. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Rock metal.
Anal Nathrock with the whole of the law.
That's gotta be
Viking.
No, I'm gonna say Doom.
Blackened
Blackcore.
Grindcore.
Black and
Sort
grindcore.
of. These guys are just. You might as well just change their fucking genre and just call it insanity because that's what it is. It's just completely crazy shit.
Like Kevin James taking some shrooms.
Worse than that.
Adam Sandler taking some shrooms.
Yeah. Crowbar with the serpent's only fly. Richie's Crowbar.
Crowbar. Aren't they? Don't want to say Southern Rock. No, that's not it.
Ain't they Southern Rock?
Crowbot?
Southern Baptist rock. I don't know.
Sludge.
I don't know why. I just Crowbar sounds like a Southern Rock band.
Who is the guitarist of Down? Kirk.
Hammett.
Hammett.
No.
Kirk Cameron?
Kirk. I forget his name. But
Omelet.
the guitarist of Down is the singer in this band.
Oh, it's yeah.
Big beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, bald guy. I blank.
Gary
his-
King.
David Draymond.
Yeah. Serpentine Dominion with their self-titled.
Serpentine Dominion Death Metal.
Snake metal.
Yeah, death metal. Has the singer of Cannibal Corpse, Adam D of Killswitch Engage.
Oh, they finally put that out. Okay. I know that we've been talking about that for a couple weeks now.
Yeah. Testament with Brotherhood of the Snake.
Rock.
Psychedelic metal.
Yeah. Thrash. Whores with Gold.
Whores with gold.
Whores.
Hardcore.
Whores is the band name. Gold is the
Yeah, I
album.
figured.
Grindcore.
Hardcore.
Metalcore.
Sludge / noise.
Mm.
The album art is just a golden trash can. Ulcerate with Shrines of Paralysis.
Death metal.
Black metal.
Black metal.
Technical death metal. This album's pretty crazy too. Altered Perceptions with From Rise to Ruins.
Progressive.
That sounds like a band that you would hear from the champ. From Rise to Ruins.
So then what genre is it?
Metalcore.
Deathcore.
What's
Like,
up,
close
guys? We're from Rise to Ruins. Let's start this shit off. The breakdown.
All the blast beats.
Cognitive with Deformity.
Psychedelic.
Stoner.
What kind of deformity?
That's
Mental deformity.
penis deformity.
That's what I was thinking.
Technical death metal.
Elephantitis?
Yeah. Dehumanize with Beyond the Mind.
Dehumanize.
Beyond the Mind?
Yeah.
Progressive.
Brutal death metal.
Yeah, brutal death metal. That's what I said.
Dope.
Brutal. What?
Dope with
Dope.
Blood Money Part 1.
Wait, dope. Hardcore.
There's
Right?
some sort of core, but
No.
They're new
I'd say they're
metal.
new
Yeah,
metal.
I'd say they're new metal.
K-pop.
Yeah. Helmet with Dead to the World.
Lord Helmet.
Helmet. Aren't they thrash? No, they're not. Who's Helmet? Fuck. I know this band. I do.
Are they
Baseballs.
hardcore?
Grunge.
Grunge? Really?
So I'd say kind of rock.
Really?
Dark,
What band am I thinking of that's like a helmet? I'll figure it
Dark
out.
Helmet from Spaceballs.
I mean, Helmet's been around for a long time.
I'm trying to think of there's a band that's like that.
Helmet?
That like Metal Wolf likes. That's like that. I'll think of it eventually.
Let's do two more. Rock Wolves with their self-titled.
Wolf metal,
Rock.
right?
Rock.
Yeah. Wolf rock.
Yeah.
I
Last one. Theocracy with Ghost Ship.
Theocracy.
Death
I
metal.
want to say death metal, but Ghost Ship doesn't sound like death metal. It might be, but I don't know. Something that, like, folk or something.
Progressive power metal. This
I'm-
shit's fucking awesome.
I was gonna say. I was about to change my answer. I was like, maybe power.
Because Ghost Ship doesn't sound like a death metal.
Progressive power metal, I was like, I gotta listen to this. I listened to like 4 songs. That was pretty impressive.
Theocracy. I'll
That's
check
shit.
that out.
What's up,
Yeah.
guys? With Theocracy, we play death metal. Ready to rip on fucking Ghost Ship. Yeah, Ghost Ship.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what? Alright, coolio.
Wasn't that a thing in Zelda, the ghost ship?
No,
Probably.
that was
Phantom Hourglass.
That was
It was
SpongeBob.
also in Wind Waker.
Was it also in
That was in SpongeBob.
It was
You're
one of
good?
those bullshit moments in Wind Waker where you had to get the Triforce shards.
Oh.
And like, it showed up at a specific time and specific place. And
Well,
Now,
Ghost-
that section's garbage.
You just have a special relationship with that game, don't you?
I very much do.
More like ghost shit.
Oh,
I don't even know
son.
what they sound like.
Is that a one?
They're
Is that
probably
one that's
good.
like? It's just that smooth like release, you know.
No,
No smell.
You can't even see it because it's a ghost.
Ooh. That's the only difference. You're
It's like-
just on the toilet and you're just going.
If you die while shitting, then you're like, that's like for eternity.
Yes.
You're a ghost.
You died doing the last thing that you did.
Yeah, that's what Carl Pilkington says. So if you're at the doctor's office and you're getting a prostate exam and like a meteorite crashes, then you die and you have to walk around with eternity with a finger up your ass.
Oh wow! This is going places.
It always goes places. That's fun.
We should
Oh,
end
yeah.
it before it goes way too
Yeah,
far.
I'm done. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Nope.
Bye.
See ya.